The desert town of Marrow Creek was the kind of place where nothing surprising ever happened. People worked slow jobs, drank slow coffee, and told the same dusty stories year after year. But everything changed the night the sky caught fire. Leo Mercer was closing his small repair shop when a streak of brilliant green tore across the sky, brighter than any shooting star he'd ever seen. Every day, it vanished behind the hills with a muffled boom that rattled the windows. He stood frozen. Curiosity tugged at him harder than fear ever could. So he grabbed a flashlight, hopped in his pickup, and followed the trail of scorched earth until he found it. A crater glowing faintly in the dark. Inside wasn't a meteor, it was a pod, smooth, silvered, breathing, and next to it something stirred. The figure was slender and trembling, with skin like moonlit glass and eyes that glowed softly blue. Its voice quivered, layered like two whispers. Please, I do not know where I am." Leo's flashlight shook in his hand. "You're on Earth," he managed. "And you look hurt." The alien blinked slowly. "I am Riven, explorer of the far reach. My guidance systems failed. I cannot return home." Leo exhaled. He wasn't the hero type. He fixed radios, not crashed starships. But something in Riven's frightened posture reminded him of his own loneliness, a quiet ache he'd carried since childhood. "Come on," Leo said gently. "You're not staying out here alone." He hid Riven in his workshop, locking the doors at night and stuffing towels under the gaps so neighbors wouldn't notice the pale glow from its skin. Riven examined everything with wonder. Screwdrivers, old cameras, toaster parts. Like Earth was some magnificent museum. Leo found himself talking more than he had in years, and Riven listened with a patience no human ever had. They shared meals, Leo with sandwiches, and Riven with faint pulses of light absorbed into its palms. They repaired the damaged pod together, Leo with metal and tools, Riven with strange, humming energy. One evening, while soldering wires, Leo asked, "Don't you miss your people?" Riven paused, the glow of its eyes softening. "I miss being understood, but I feel something similar here." Leo looked up, surprised. Riven continued, voice gentle. "You bring me calm. You speak to me as though I belong. That is rare in any world." No one had said anything like that to Leo before. He swallowed the warmth rising in his chest. As days passed, and their bond deepened, Riven began to mimic human gestures, tilting its head when curious, placing a hand on Leo's shoulder when he looked tired. In return, Leo learned Riven's expressions, the flicker of violet that meant amusement, the ripple of gold that meant gratitude. For the first time in years, Leo laughed. For the first time in its life, Riven felt less alone. When the pod was finally repaired, Riven stood before it, glowing brighter than Leo had ever seen. "My people will detect my return signal," Riven said softly. "I must go, but I do not wish to leave our connection behind." Leo tried to smile, but it cracked. "I figured this day would come." Riven stepped close. "You taught me what friendship is. Not duty, not alliance, but the simple comfort of being seen." Its fingertips brushed Leo's hand, a gesture it had learned from watching humans. "Because of you, I will never travel the stars alone again." The pod opened with a warm hum. Riven looked back one last time. "I will return. Wherever you are, Leo Mercer, I will find this light again." And with a swirl of shimmering energy, the pod lifted into the night sky, rising, until it vanished into a speck of gold. Leo stood in the desert wind, hand still warm where Riven had touched it. For the first time, Marrow Creek didn't feel so empty, because somewhere among the stars, a friend was thinking of him.